Beautiful people, welcome to Susan in Family Cooking TV from Susan in Family TV. So, how are you all doing? Hope you are doing great. As for me and my daughter, are doing super great by His grace. Amen. Not by power. Amen. And we wish you the same out there. Amen. So, beautiful people, welcome to another educative, inspiring, entertaining, interesting true life story lessons of life video from Susan in Family Cooking TV. So today, beautiful people, I know you have already seen the topic. Today we are going to be talking about another entertaining true life lessons of life, true life stories, and today we are going to be having two topics. And please do feel free to add your opinion, add your comment. What do you think about these two true life stories we are about to talk about? So this is not a movie, but this is just what's just happened recently. The first one we are going to talk about just happened recently, and the second one we are going to talk about is about to happen just this week. So we are going to be talking about it. So feel free, add your opinion. What do you think about this video? And I pray that from the beginning of this video to the end, I hope you learned something, because me and my daughter, we are doing our best to bring to you amazing videos that from the beginning to the end, you can learn something. And please, if you learned something from this video, please do a thumbs up to this amazing video we're about to talk about. And please do subscribe. Subscription is free, and me and my daughter, we appreciate your subscription. We appreciate your taking your time to view our videos. We appreciate your loving comment. We know you're also comment, and we know you're also sharing our videos. Faithful God Almighty, who guides, protect, and blesses me and my daughter more than me and my daughter our expectation, with good health and long life. God Almighty has permanent for my daughter and me. Amen. We continue to do the same for you and your kids. So to everyone that has seen us shining for the first time, you are welcome, my daughter and me. We appreciate you, and I hope you're also going to learn something from this video. So beautiful people, without wasting time, when you are following our channel, you notice that I'm the kind of mom who is sincere. I'm a sincere, frankly mom. I don't love to beat around the bush. I don't love to lie, and I don't love to deceive my fellow women out there, moms out there like me. So, and I will not love anyone like watching our channel to be deceived. So I always love to come out with what is inside me, who I am, love what I love to do, what's the way I see things to be done, the way I see things to be right. Be a man, be a woman. I love to, if the man is wrong, this side, if it's wrong in this aspect, it is wrong there. So I will not put the blame on them, on a woman, when I know that the man is wrong. And when a woman, fellow woman like me, a mom like me, is wrong in anything she does in her home or with her husband, when we come across those kind of things, when I see a fellow mom like me, a woman like me, she's wrong, I will not go and put the blame on her husband because why, she's a woman like me. No, things are not done that way. When I put the blame on her husband, when I know that my fellow woman, she did something wrong, and I put the blame on her husband, I'm not going to help her out, and she's not going to learn anything. There is no way she's going to learn from her mistake. Rather, it's like we are all clapping for her to even do worse. So she is not going to get out of it. So it's better when something is right, we say it's right. Be a woman like us, be and men out there, when men are wrong, they are wrong. When we women, moms, are wrong, it's good for us to be able to say it out, so that moms like me out there, women like me, ladies, our children, daughters, they can also learn lessons of life from what we are talking about. So beautiful people, feel free, add your own opinion. So first topic, I'm going to say the two topics, but first we are going to talk about the first topic, and we are going to react to it. After talking about the first topic and reacting to it, so we are going to move over to the second true life story. We'll talk about it, and we are also going to react to it. So I love to talk about the story before the reaction, so that you can also have an idea. It can be that many people have seen this we are about to talk about on social media, and it can be that many of our followers, viewers, and subscribers, they've not seen what we are about to talk about. So it's good for us to talk about it, so that everyone can also have an idea when we are reacting to this true life story. So the first true life story says, a woman called UK police for her husband to be deported, not knowing her husband knows her, she also was deported. 1 first. Lessons of Life Part 1 True Life Story says a woman called London police, UK police for her husband to be deported, not knowing her husband knows her, she also was deported. So that is Lessons of Life True Life Story 1 we are going to be talking about. So the second True Life Story, Lessons of Life, says Canada wants to deport a family because of unbelievable lies they said about their country of origin. So if you want to know about this amazing Lessons of Life, true life stories from the beginning to the end, try watch this video from the beginning to the end so that you are going to learn something from this video. To we moms, to all Africans like us, men and women, everyone out there, up to even the white people. If you are a white and you are from Belgium white, you are going to Holland, you are going to another country, you are also a foreigner. So we all need to learn from those videos. So first, I'm going to be talking about the first one, which a woman who called a UK London police for her husband, and her husband was deported to Africa, not knowing that her husband also know her, she was also deported to Africa. So this thing just happened recently, that a family, let me say, I'm going to say everything truth about it. So this is a family, because I was trying to watch we were trying to, me and my daughter, we saw it on YouTube. Somebody posted in UK, I think the woman, she's based in UK, that a UK deported family from England, So my daughter and me, anytime we see things like that, I always love to like, oh, what happened, Let's try to see what happened. So my daughter and me, we click on the video. So while we were watching the video, so I took my phone, I tried to like, I always love to see comments also, so I tried to like go on the comment. So I saw many comments session, like people were commenting, the woman is not saying the truth. Why is she not saying the truth? That the woman should look the full video, what happened, and this is not what happened. So I just stopped the video immediately, and I paused the video in our TV. So, and I searched more about this story, how UK deported this family. So I said I want to do a video. It's good for me to be verified truly from the horse's mouth, that is from the family mouth, how it happened. So I tried to look into my phone. So I came across an amazing 2 men in Nigeria who also interviewed this same woman who was deported to Nigeria, who called police for her husband. So when I saw the video, I said, this is from the mouth of the us. So this is what we are looking for, not maybe from somewhere else that we are not going to know the story. From her mouth, she is the one that called police for her husband. She is the one that called police for her husband. Her husband was deported, and she is also deported also. So it's good for us to hear from her mouth what happened, what led to it that she called police for her husband. So immediately I clicked to the men in China. So she was there, they interviewed her. So I'm going to talk about everything she said from the beginning to the end, so I didn't forget anything. So when they started interviewing her, she described herself that she is a woman who her husband was deported from England, and also she is also deported from England. Now she and her kids, her husband, are now in Nigeria. So the 2 men who interviewed her, who owns the China, now asked her what led to her husband deported to Nigeria, and also she deported to Nigeria. That is how she started her story. So she said when they were in Nigeria, according to this woman, she said when they were in Nigeria, she and her husband, they were not living like like an income of that they are living okay. So that her husband decided to like, oh, it's like it's better for them to move out of Nigeria to a foreign country like abroad. So she said she didn't even know that her husband is going to take it serious. So she said one day she was surprised. Her husband came to the house and said it's surprised that he has gotten a visa for her and for the kids, and for him also for them to move to England. So she said she was super excited. That was how they made the movement, everything. She and her kids and her husband, they went to England. So she said when they got to England, meanwhile, before she left Nigeria, she already have a certificate as a nurse. She studied as a nurse. So she said she got immediately work in England working as a nurse. So her husband also got a work in another office. Her husband was also working with in another office doing another job. So she said in her working place, so I don't want to waste time because we are doing two true life stories. So she said in her working place, there was a man, because she's no more there. There was a man who like always loved to like call her all the time, chat with her all the time, even send her like gift, So according to her, she said even when they were back in Nigeria, that her husband knows already that she is not familiar with women. Because why? So the men ask her, why are you not like familiar? She said she don't keep women friend. Her husband knows her from Nigeria. There's only male friends that she keeps. So the two men ask her, why do you keep male friends instead of female friends? So she said the reason why she don't keep female friends, and she prefer keeping male friends is because why? Female women, they gossip a lot, so that is what she avoid. Right from Nigeria, she only keep only male friends, men, and which her husband knows about. So because of the excess of this man in England, in a co-worker that was always sending messages and calling and gift to her, the husband couldn't bear it. She said a day the husband called her and said that, dear, this is coming too much, that this your co-worker, the way is always chatting you and calling you at every minute in the house and sending you gift, that he is no more comfortable with it, that she better stop it. So she was like trying to like and argue with her husband. She said before she knows it, her husband gave her a slap. So because of act of annoyance, she said she called the police. So when the police came, she said the police took her husband away. So when the husband left the house, and then she said that when the husband came back, when the police brought the husband came back. She said her husband character changed automatically. The husband was not behaving anything. He was not behaving good at all. So she said she became scared that, oh, she don't know what her husband will do to her. Then rather, she said she was even more angry, and she said, okay, if that is the case, she is going to do something that will make the man to be deported. So she said that was how the man was deported. So when the man was deported to Africa, so this woman also didn't know that she is going to be deported. So she said one day she was at work, the police officers came to her and told her that the document she's using is fake. Then her husband was already deported to Nigeria. So she said she was at work in a nursing work. Then the police officer in England came to her and said that her document she's using is fake. So when they took her to the police office, she said that they noticed that one of the documents she's using, whether the nursing documents paper, the certificate, was fake. So they said that they are also going to deport her in her case. And then she was surprised. Before she knew it, that was how UK deported her also in her case. Now she found herself in Nigeria. So then the man said, okay, now you found yourself in Nigeria. Why do you come to them? What do you want them to do for you? She said she came to them so that they can help her to plead with her husband for her to go back to her husband, for her and her husband to be together. So that was how this man started asking her questions. Then the questions we're asking her, they were not asking the question favoring her, but they were asking questions favoring the man, because that is what everybody will think about, and that is how the men felt. So she was angry, and she was angry with the men, and said that she came to them for the men to help her out, how the men can help her, to bring her husband back to her, not for them to like make things difficult. So one of the men who was the China who interviewed her and told her, is it now because you are not deported to Nigeria, that is now you now remembered that you want to plead with your husband? She said no, that she just wants her husband back. And then the men say, okay, now how are we going to reach your husband, and how do you know that your husband can forgive you? She said her mother-in-law, that is the mama of her husband, likes her a lot, that if they can get in contact with her husband mama, that she believed that when she talk and plead with her husband's mama, that she believed that her husband mother can talk to her husband, and she believed that everything will be resolved, So that was how they said everything. So this is how this woman called police for her husband recently. I think just this, yes, just a match before, I think maybe before Easter. It just happened recently now. So this is how this woman called police for her husband in England. Her husband was deported, not knowing. That is why we have the title, A Woman Called UK Police for Her Husband to be Deported, not knowing her husband knows how she also was deported. So not knowing that when she did something for her husband to be deported to Nigeria, not knowing that she herself, the document she has, according to her, the certificate of the nurse, I don't know, one of the documents, she say UK police say one of the documents with her is fake, it's not real. So not knowing that she will also be deported. So now she's now in Nigeria with her kids, with her husband. It's now she wants apology to her husband. It's now she wants to apologize to her husband. It's now she's now begging people to plead with her husband that she wants her husband back. So amazing people out there like me, moms like me out there, let's just be frank with ourselves. It's not good to do to people what you don't want them to do to you. I always say every day, don't do to my daughter and me what you don't want me and my daughter to do to you. It's very simple. When you won't know that this thing, when people do it to you, it's going to hurt you, don't do it to others. So amazing moms like me out there, ladies out there, women out there, guests out there, even papas, men out there, bachelors, Spencers out there, what do you think about this? Let's be frank with ourselves. So we are going to do the reaction. First reaction says, why didn't the woman plead with her husband while they were still in UK? Why is she pleading with her husband now that she is in Nigeria? It's very simple. This man was still with her when she called the police for the man because her husband gave her a slap. When she called police for her husband, when the police took her husband away, it's everywhere. When you call police for your husband, they will take your husband away for the house to be cool. After the house, they know that the woman, everything, the house is cool. They will bring your husband back. So when they took your husband away, you call police for your husband, they took him away and they brought him back. So now that the man came to the house, at least by then, maybe her eyes were already cleared. What did she do? Did she just call police for her husband? Why instantly she didn't kneel down and start to plead that, husband, I know that you slapped me, you are not an abuser, you have never beaten her up before, but I know, she knows that she is the one that led to her husband slapping her, in the sense of she is the one who allow a male friend in our working place, a co-worker man, not a woman, to be calling her exes, to be chatting with her, even sending message to her. All this came from our own mouths, No, maybe we watch it, people talk about it. This is the same woman I watched myself. She said everything by herself. The men asked her many times, are you sure this your co-worker man was chatting and calling and sending you gift? She said even on her birthday, the man sends gift. No man will not be jealous. So one of the men who interviewed her, who owns the channel, told her that, do you know that in any relationship and marriage, if jealousy is not there, that is for you to know that your partner doesn't love you. So your husband being jealous that a man, your co-worker, male friend, was chatting, sending you gift and calling you all the time, that is proper for your husband to do, because he loves you and is trying to keep what belongs to him, which another man wants to take away from him. So now the reaction says again, why didn't this woman plead with her husband while they were still in UK? Why is she not pleading with her husband now that she is in Nigeria? Very simple. When the police brought back her husband, immediately then her eyes was already cleared, maybe because of the slap. Some sprinkles enters her eyes. She didn't know the time she took the phone and called her husband. But when the police took her husband, England police took her husband already, and they brought him back. So then her eyes is already clear. That was the moment, instantly that she's supposed to kneel down and apologize immediately. This is a man that has never beaten you. He has never slapped you, but you are the one who made him to like, you are the one who like give a chance to your co-worker, not a female friend, to be calling you anytime, chatting with you, sending you a gift at your birthday. This man has been bearing it. He can't bear it anymore. He gave you a slap. So you made him to give you that slap. So you are the one who needs to apologize for calling the police, kneeling down, apologizing. Oh dear, my husband, I didn't mean it that way. I was like angry. I got angry. I didn't know what came over me. I didn't know when I picked the phone. I didn't know when I called the police. The more you begin to plead with your husband, you're surprised throughout that day, throughout that night, the next day, even before 3 days, your husband will forgive you. You have kids already with him. So why didn't this woman plead with her husband while they were still in UK? Why is she not pleading, looking for people to plead with her husband now that she is in Nigeria? She's also now deported to Nigeria with her kids. So we will all love to like say the truth about that. So the truth is that now she's not in Nigeria. According to the men told her that because now you don't have money to feed yourself, to feed your kids, or you need, as a woman, you need money. So now you now want your husband back. So she knows that now she's in Nigeria. The man is her hair. The man is her everything. The man in Nigeria, the man is the one who needs, who is working hard, who will be there for the family, who will try everything out, everything to make sure that they have food to eat. Maybe now she can't do those things, and she didn't know that to be a single mom is not a day job. It's not easy. I'm a single mom right from I give birth to my daughter. So my daughter is growing older every day. She's in secondary school. So I know what it takes to be a single mom, not by my power, but by the grace of God Almighty in my life, my daughter's life. I'm able to train up my daughter to become a responsible, amazing woman. God Almighty have declared my daughter already is with good health and long life. God Almighty has permanent for my daughter and me. Amen. That is why I always try in our video. I will not say because I'm a single mom. I want every mom to be single mom like me. That is why I always do my best. When I see like just a little error in affairs, in relationship, in marriage, plead with your husband. If you're a woman, you are wrong. There is nothing. Your mouth will not be too much like heavy for you to like, dear, I'm sorry. I know I wronged you here. Before you know it, everything, that angriness is out of your husband's mind, instead of like making it to become something else. And before you know it, you think, oh, to be a single mom is easy. And she did a single mom, maybe just for a few days. They deported her. She said that few days that she's a single mom for few days, it's not easy. She can't feed herself, she can't feed her kids. Now she's now looking for who is going to help her to plead with her husband. And now it can also be that, oh, the man that was like deceiving her, a co-worker, the main co-worker that was deceiving her in her working place, she's no more seeing the man. She's not in Nigeria, it's not England. So where is she going to start from? She is now looking for who will plead with her husband for her husband to come back into her life. So I also went ahead. The second reaction says, when a husband brings his wife abroad, the husband have the right to sign for his wife to be deported without his wife doesn't know how she was deported. That is true. To me, I think, I don't know how to put it. I'm not there, but the way she said it with her mouth, that before she know it, they said that one of her documents she has been using as a nurse in England is now a fake paper, is a fake nursing certificate, and before she know it, they just deported her just like that. The truth is that this man is the one who made everything, the visa, everything ready for her and her kids and her husband to come to England. It can be along this line, everything the man did is that when they have a problem, maybe one of them is deported, the other one needs to be deported. This man made this paper, and you don't know the kind of paper your husband signed, that if he's deported to Nigeria, you as his wife, you must come back, to Nigeria with him. So there is nothing else the police officers of England will say than, oh, they've seen what the husband signed already, than to deceive you or just to like trick you and say that one of your paper is fake. If the paper was fake, this is abroad, this is not Africa. If the paper was fake, immediately she take the paper to the office. Even the immigrants, the officers in England, they will already know that this certificate is fake. It's not a proven, approved no certificate from Nigeria. So they would have even like caught her long time ago. So I believe that what happened when a husband brings his wife abroad, the husband have the right to sign for his wife to be deported without his wife doesn't know how she was deported. That was what happened. I believe that her husband already told the police officer that, oh, he's going back. I don't even think they deported him. I think because of the misunderstanding that we're having in the home, the woman doesn't want to apologize to her after calling to him, after calling police for her husband. The woman doesn't want to apologize, and according to her, she said things were very difficult for her on her husband because why they were already misunderstanding. Nothing was going on good anymore for them. Maybe this man decided to deport himself to Nigeria. I don't even think it's England that deported him to Nigeria. So before going to Nigeria, deporting himself, he already signed that I brought my wife to England and the kids. Please, you need to deport them also. So they already, like, England already formed a way that, okay, what are they going to do? Than to say to the wife that they found a paper that is fake. That was how they deported her also to Nigeria. So 3 says, this is a secret every woman brought by their husband abroad don't know. Among the papers he's using to bring her abroad, there is a paper he will sign that when his wife give him too much problems, he can sign to deport his wife to Africa. That is true. When a husband is bringing his wife from Africa abroad, there must be among the white people abroad, they are not stupid. You are suffering and you want to bring your wife abroad. So when your wife wants to come and make a mess of you the husband who brings your wife abroad, you have the right to deport your wife. That is truth. So among the papers that this man is going to process to bring his wife from abroad, from Africa abroad, among these papers, this man will sign that when the stress and problem, the mess the woman, the wife that is bringing abroad is going to give to him is too much, he can't bear it anymore. He has the right to sign that they should take her and deport her back to Africa where she came from, because why? This is the man who also signed for them to bring her to abroad. So these are the kind of the secret. Some women, they don't know that, oh, after all, their husband brought them abroad. So when they come here, they can misbehave, they can call police on their husband. Even the house can be taken, the house can belong to them. Their husband brought them abroad can be sleeping in the street. And they don't know that when the man signed just a minute now for the wife he brings abroad to be deported, the next 24 hours, the wife has already found herself in Africa. So I also went ahead and wrote, not only women needs to stay away from married men, men also needs to stay away from married women. So simple. Women needs to stay away from married men. Not only women needs to stay away from married men. Men needs to stay also away from married women. Along all this we are talking about, if this man, a co-worker in the office, he already knows that this woman is married. Are they not single women in that same nursing? Are they not single women in that working place where she's working that this man can like hook himself with, be calling her in the day in the night, be chatting with her in the day in the night, be sending love or love messages or gift on birthday to the single ladies? Why must it be a married woman? So that is why I say not only women needs to stay away from married men, also men needs to stay away from married women. So I also went ahead and wrote, if she was the one, another woman, if she was the one another woman always call her husband and showers him with lots of gifts, how will she feel? Don't do to people what you don't want them to do to you. So simple. If she was the one, now let's say we twist it around, not the husband now. If she was the one where the husband is working, a female is always calling the husband day and night. A female is always chatting with her husband day and night. A female is always sending her husband gift on his birthday. How will she feel? So don't do to other people what you don't want them to do to you. So I also went ahead and wrote, the man in UK who caused too much problems in her marriage couldn't save her marriage for her. Rather, maybe he's happy she have problems with her husband. That is true. The man who caused all this problem. You know, there are some women, when they see men, even when they are like married, they are carried away. They can't like comport themselves for them to remember that they are married. So this man now who caused too much problems for this woman in her marriage, this man couldn't save her marriage. Rather, maybe this man is even like happy that she's out of her marriage. After all, at the end of the day, when she go round and go round, the husband is not coming back. Maybe the woman will not belong to him. So I also went ahead and wrote, they should try forgive each other. I'm just like giving advice. They should try forgive each other if really both of them are the kind of husband and wife they wish for. If the woman knows, as she said, her husband is not abuser, that her husband never beat her before, only the slap he gave her in UK, and if she as a married woman can avoid close friendship with men, that is true, they can forgive each other. If really this man and this woman, husband and wife we are talking about, if really what they are wishing for, what the woman is wishing for as a destined husband all her life, is in this her husband, the father of her case. If also the man, her husband, what is wishing and praying for all his wife, for his wife to be, is in this woman, the mother of his kids. So my advice is that they should try forgive each other. And if also this woman really knows, not like saying it out just because you want your husband back, if really this woman really knows, she said throughout they are staying in Nigeria before coming to UK, before they went to UK, the man never beat her. Her husband is not abuser. Her husband don't beat her. Her husband never slapped her. But because of what led to the slap, because while she was chatting with a co-male worker, chatting, calling night, day and night, receiving gift from a man, that was how she got the slap. So if she really knows that this her husband never beat her, it's not abuser, has never beaten her, has never slapped her, just because of what she did in England that led to why the husband slapped her, so they can forgive each other and still be together as husband and wife. And also, if she knows as a woman, as a married woman, she can avoid close friendship with men. That is true. If really she didn't like make up herself with this kind of close friendship with a male friend in her working place, all this would have not resulted. They would have still been in England. She and her husband are kiss, still be in England. There will not be anything like fighting, like slapping or calling the police or deporting, or police saying that one of her documents is fake. Nothing like that would have happened. Even the police in England, no one will even notice that they haven't living in any house there in England. But because she brought her leg out, she brought her husband leg out, and she called the police, that was when the police started following them, and the police started knowing things about them. That was how her husband got deported, and she and her kids got deported. So if she knows that as a married woman, she can avoid close friendship with men, it's going to work for them. They can still forgive each other and come back to each other as husband and wife. So beautiful, amazing people, hope you are learning something from this video. If you do, please give this video a thumbs up, and please do share this video and subscribe. So topic number 2 says, I hope the video is going to take the topic number 2, because I love us also to hear this one. This is not too long. So topic number 2 says, Canada wants to deport a family because of unbelievable lies they said about their country of origin. So this, my daughter and me, we also watched this yesterday night from a Nigeria YouTuber. She showed on YouTube in a channel that Canada wants to deport families from Nigeria that are living in Canada. They want to deport them on the 5th of this month of April, which I know that is on Friday this week. This family are going to be deported. So what led to it? We are just going to briefly talk about it on time. So Canada wants to deport. True life story, lessons of life, true life story part 2 says, Canada wants to deport a family because of unbelievable lies they said about their country of origin. So this family, husband and wife with kids, they are from Nigeria. According to them, the reason why Canada is going to deport them, they said unbelievable lies about Nigeria. That is the reason Canada want to deport them. So according to this amazing woman, a YouTuber, Nigeria, a YouTuber that we watched it yesterday, she brought a lot of proof out what Canada and what they said about them, that over Canada are going to deport like 28,000 foreigners in their country, Canada. So she put all those things also there. So she said, according to this family, Nigeria family that Canada want to deport on the 5th of this month. So this Nigeria family, they came to England 2017. So according to a story, I think this family, they are like think 7 years. Yeah, they are 2017. That they are 7 years in England. So they have kids. I think they said they have two kids in England. I think they were having a child before, and they have two kids in England. So they were living in England. So they apply for asylum. Document in Europe is different kind of document we have in Europe. We have the one of marriage that we just talked about, that a man can marry his wife and bring her. We have the one of visa for coming for study. We have the one of the government give out. Maybe the government, they want to vote for who will be the next leader, and the government just give a free document out, like Belgium we call it regularization. That is the kind of document my daughter and me we applied for. The document my daughter and me we applied for in this country, Belgium, is called regularization. In the sense of my daughter and me, we can apply for that document when you have a proof that you are already 5 years in Belgium, which I believe that some countries, they also have a name they call it. So when my daughter and me we applied the first time, we were just like 2 years in Belgium. It was negative because we are not yet 5 years. We applied the second time, it was we were just like 3 years going to 4 years in Belgium. It was negative. So my daughter and me, when we applied the third time, my daughter and me we already like 7 going to 8 years in Belgium. So we got it because why? We have all the proof of my daughter and me. We have the proof of we are already 5 years here. So they told me and my daughter that I should bring my daughter certificate of her nursery school certificate, my daughter my daughter result right from my daughter and nursery school, because my daughter start a nursery school KG 1 year. She did a nursery school to KG 3. She did a primary school year. My daughter is now in secondary school. So the lawyer said that if I can bring all the proof, I have to go to all the school that my daughter went from a nursery school till when my daughter, she was in primary 5 and primary 4 when we applied for the third time. So they gave it to us when my daughter was primary 5 going to 6. So it took like 2 years. So if I can bring the proof, if I can bring the attest called like a certificate from this school that my daughter schooled in the nursery school year in Belgium, that my daughter schooled primary school year, and this primary school she was then, if I can bring all this certificate and every result my daughter have been having since her nursery school, if I can bring it to them, and also for my own Netherlands studies, if I can bring it, because I did Netherlands studies, the nursery school my daughter went, they helped me. If I can still bring that, if I still have it, all this proof, we need to put it together to the lawyer to give to the government. They are going to give us the document. And also I did a babysit 2 years voluntary work in the crèche as a babysit. I need to go there, let them give me the certificate, and we added this everything, we had it together. So, and we submitted it, and it was positive, and they gave it to us because why? My daughter and me, we already have proof of 5 years and everything for my daughter nursery school, primary school. They asked for certificate, result, everything, my own Netherlands and babysit crèche. I did voluntary work. We gave it, and it was perfect. Everything came out, they gave my daughter and me the document because we have a proof already of 5 years. So every country have their law of the way they give document to people. So there's also one called asylum. Everybody know that in all abroad, there's always asylum in all countries. So this family, this Nigeria family in Canada, they applied for the one called asylum. And asylum, when you apply, they can tell you that they can give you negative for you to leave their country in so time. And when you don't leave, you reapply again, your lawyer will reapply for you. So you continue to be there. So this family, they did asylum, and they have been in England doing asylum since 7 years. And they as if the asylum procedure has been like negative and negative. So up to this time now that the Canada now made a final decision that they are not going to accept this family and their kids in Canada, even after they are staying in Canada for 7 years, and after even they have two kids, they had or have two kids already in Canada, that Canada are still going to deport them after 7 years they stayed in Canada. In the sense of why unbelievable lies they said about Nigeria, their country of origin. And I also said, so they said, and the lies is that when this woman said that the lies they said is that the reason why they ran, as they always ask you, why do you leave your country? You must have a reasonable reason that you ran away from your country and you came to abroad, their country, and you want to stay there. So what this family said, according to the video we watched, what this family said that the husband ran away from Nigeria because he was in a Christian court. You can imagine. There is no way when you hear it, the sound, oh my God, nobody have ever heard that kind of a thing before. When you want to apply for asylum, must be a thing that you know that in your country, that kind of a thing is really like what everybody are running away from. It's really like what is like when people hear it, they'll say, oh, that means that is why people are running away from that country, you know. But saying that in Nigeria, the husband was in a Christian court, that has never been held. That is unbelievable lie they lied about Nigeria. So Canada has been like watching them for 7 years until they come to the final decision that this is unbelievable lies. They lied about their country of origin, that the husband is in a Christian court, and then they are looking for him, and because he's in Christian court, that is why him and his wife and the kids, they ran and came to Canada. And when Canada, she also brought the proof that Canada wrote to Nigeria. They have the right to write to Embassy of Nigeria that your fellow country person is here in Canada, him, his wife, and his kids, and they claim that the husband claimed that he's in a Christian court in Nigeria. That was why he ran away, that they're looking for him in Nigeria. Is that truth? And Nigeria replied, she showed it. Nigeria replied and said that something like that called Christian court doesn't exist at all in Nigeria. So what do you expect Canada to do? If you seeking for asylum, you can work against your country of origin. You can go to that extent to lie unbelievable lies about your country of origin. What do you expect Canada to do? So that was like Canada have been like harboring them, keeping them for 7 years, and they already know the day they are going to deport them. And now they have bought their tickets, and they say that on the 5th of April, which is on Friday, they are going to deport this family to Nigeria just because of why the unbelievable lies they lied about their country of origin, that the man said is from a Christian court. As big as Nigeria, there is nothing called Christian court. All Christian, we Christians, we are Christian, Pentecostal, Catholic. We have never heard where someone says in Nigeria there is a Christian court, they are looking for them. That was how he ran to Canada. So they made a very big mistake, very big mistake. There are a lot of things. I always say in our channel, it is very good to be truthful. Just like this first true life story we talk about. The reason why I pray for this family, the first true life story we talk about, from the beginning of what this woman said with her mouth to the end, she didn't lie. She said the truth all true. Only truth can set you free. And that is the only way this woman is going to be able to get her husband back. She didn't lie and say that her husband has been beating her in Nigeria and even in Canada, and in England her husband started beating her again. She said that her husband has never beaten her and her husband has never slapped her just because of what she did. Another man calling her, chatting with her, you know. So she said the truth from the beginning to the end. I really give this woman applause. Even if she like cause what led to her and her kids and her husband deported to Nigeria, but at least for saying the truth in these two men, they are channeling in YouTube that she saying the truth from the beginning to the end. She didn't lie. That alone, you know, is going to work out that her husband is going to forgive her. And she has learned a lesson. I think by now, all her life, there is no way, even if they move abroad next time, there is no way she's going to call police for her husband. She has learned a lesson. Very simple. Anytime, yeah, always, even when at school year, I have up to 2.4 in Netherlands because I want to study a course of like 10 months, maximum 1 year, for me to be have a certificate called Verzorgster, for me to have a certificate as a care worker, to be working in the crèche or taking care of old people. Before you can do that, you have to have 2.4. So I have the 2.4 in Netherlands. Anytime we are doing exams or tests or anytime, the teachers always ask us, it always come along like once in a month, they always ask us, why do we come to Belgium? Why do we and our kids come to Belgium? And the first thing I always say to them is that me and my daughter, we are in Belgium. I give birth to my daughter in Italy. My daughter and me, we come here to Belgium when she was a year. We came here to year. We come here to Belgium when she was a year and 6 months. She started nursery school year, primary school. Now she's secondary school. The only reason, most number one reason, my daughter and me, we come to Belgium. I always say day and night. So everybody already know our story. Is that me and my daughter, we come to this country, Belgium, for my daughter's studies. I didn't come here to fetch money, to pick money, or to do this. No. Because why? When I give birth to my daughter, someone who married a white Belgian woman, Nigerian girl, lady, she came to visit me and my daughter in Belgium. And she told me, sister, this country, Italy, no, not for my baby, not for my daughter. I should please, even that white Belgian man said, I should please, now that my daughter have not started school in Italy, I should come here to Belgium. Belgium is civilized. They speak English. The education here is more like fluent and perfect, more than Italy. And I took the advice because it's my daughter's future we are talking about. I didn't even think about it. 3 days, we moved all our things. I said my daughter and me, we bought tickets and we come to Belgium. And when I come here, ooh la la, my first talking to my daughter and me talking to people, I saw that they speak English. Oh, do you mean it? In Italy, ciao. The only thing, come style. Hey, you will not even see anybody like good morning. They will not even reply to you good morning. But here in Belgium, everyone here, we are all civilized. In our kids' school, my daughter is learning French. She's learning English. Everyone here is civilized. So the reason why my daughter and me were in this country, Belgium, is because why? It's a civilized country. It's a country our children can be civilized in academics, in language, in different languages. So that is why my daughter and me, we come here to Belgium. We prefer it than my daughter's schooling in Italy. That is why my daughter and me, we come here to Belgium, so that my daughter can have a brighter future in academics and for our future with good health and long life. God Almighty has permanent for my daughter and me. Amen. So that is a very simple thing to say to the immigration office of Canada. If maybe this family we are talking about, they asked them 7 years ago when they came to Canada, why do you come to Canada? They just said that, oh, I want the best future for my kids. Bam. That is going to be there. Who don't want the best future for their kids? There is no way. I don't think Canada will throw this family and their kids away back to Nigeria when they say that they prefer Canada for their kids to have a brighter future than Nigeria. I'm not saying yes, Nigeria, yes, but they have the choice for their kids to choose where their kids' future, where they want to build their kids' future. And when they say to the Canada immigration, please, officers, please, I want my kids' future to be built in your country. I know the reason why. The parents from Nigeria, we haven't graduated. We don't have work in Nigeria. So please, I don't want a country where my kids will be out of school. They'll be looking for job like with the parents. That is why we come to Canada, which I know that when my kids graduate, my kids can get job immediately. Very simple. And you think by that word. Anytime they call you to the court, it's the same you are saying. Why do you and your kids and your wife want to stay in Canada? For the future of my kids, I think when me and my kids are here in Canada, my kids can have a brighter future. And that is what Canada want to hear. That, oh, if someone want to leave into our country and come to our country for their kids to have a brighter future. This is amazing family, amazing parents who want brighter future for their kids. That's all. But for you to now paint your own country of origin black, paint your own country of origin negative, paint your own country of origin unbelievable lies, that means you are not scaring the Canada themselves that, oh, if you can lie about your country of origin, that Nigeria, they are looking for you because why? You are in a Christian court, which something like that, Christian court doesn't exist in Nigeria. So you are not proving to Canada that, oh, Canada, they are boring you in their country. Their country is at risk in your hand because why? If you can paint your country this kind of unbelievable lies, that means you can do anything to their country. So I think Canada was coming to the conclusion that no, they cannot anymore. Since they have heard from Nigeria that Nigeria said nothing like Christian court exists. Nowhere. I'm a Nigerian. Nothing like Christian court exists in Nigeria. So what I'm trying to say to amazing moms like me, papas, women out there, as many that are still wanting to come to Europe abroad. Abroad is not bed of roses, but it's your choice to make if you want to come abroad with your kids. One thing you need to know that when you want to apply for asylum, try to say the truth. Nothing like the truth. I know the truth is bitter, but only the truth will always save we and our kids free from everything. When we say the truth, if this man said the truth, maybe there was something that really like maybe they were not living okay. They can also say that they are from a poor background. They want to change that in their life, in their children, in their future life. They don't want their generations to remain poor. So they believe that when they come to abroad, things will change for them in their generation. It's another thing. They don't want their generation to remain poor. They are from a poor background. That's all. You stick to it. Anytime you go to the courts, you stick to it. They are from a poor background. They don't want their family to be, their kids and their generation to be poor. They want a brighter future. They want a better life for their kids and their generation. They stick to it and they will give you the document. Even if it take years, you have it. But for you to like rob your country black, paint your country black, work against your country, tell lies, unbelievable lies about your country that you are from a Christian cult which doesn't exist. They are looking for you. That is why the country Canada want to take you back because they know they have heard from Nigeria something that like that doesn't exist. And Canada don't want someone like you to come and say also one day that in Canada they are looking for you because why you joined a court in Canada. So there are things to say when going for asylum. Try to say the truth just in case anyone still trying to come abroad, come to Canada, England, anywhere, come to Belgium, anywhere. When you want to seek asylum, seek for what you know that. Seek for the truth. If you are from a poor home, you are from a poor home, you want a brighter future, you want a better life for your kids. You don't want your kids, your generation to remain poor. If maybe you went to school, you are a graduate, you didn't find job. Oh, Nigeria is a populated country. There is no job. Everybody are looking for job hunting. I believe that when my kids school abroad, they can find job immediately. So give a positive thought about your country to the abroad country you are coming to so that they can know that, oh, this person that have a positive good thought about Israel country can also stand for their country. So I also went ahead and wrote a few things about it. I said, even if you are a full-time worker abroad, all the money is for paying rent and bills. Why will people risk their lives just to come abroad? Some people risk their lives using tiny boats, a sea they don't even know if the sea is going to end. Abroad is not for anyone to risk life for. Abroad is better when people come for vacation. I've been like saying it, if really I knew that abroad is difficult like this, just the way my mind was telling me in my secondary school, when you want to travel abroad, go to Canada. You know, I always talk about Canada. Go to Canada with a school permit, a school visa. Go to Canada. I would have just have patience. My mom was a custom officer. She is the one that made the Europe document for me. So I didn't know that Europe is difficult. If I knew, I would have said to my mom, you're a custom officer. Mom, please, can you look for a visa, school student visa, for me to go to Canada? I was thinking that, okay, since my mom did this, when I come to Europe, there is no way I'm not going to get to Canada. But not knowing that, not the way you plan things, that is how it is. There are a lot of people, even, they see pass through the boat, as tiny as the boat. Thousands of people will be inside the boat. They will be on the sea and they don't even know where the sea is going to end, and they want to come abroad. And abroad is no bed of roses. Abroad is not where you come that you think you are going to pluck the money from tree. You are going to be picking the money every step of floor you walk on. You'll be picking the money going. Abroad is difficult. It takes the grace of God for we and our kids in abroad. So when people are coming abroad, you want to systemize yourself. There are a lot of things you need to know, that abroad is not bed of roses, and abroad is not meant for anyone to risk his or her life to come abroad to live, or even for you to lie, against your country because of why you want to stay abroad. So I also went ahead and wrote, what we Africans don't know is that not every African destiny are destined abroad, but in Africa. What we Africans, all of us, up to me, what we Africans don't know is that not every African's destiny are destined abroad, but in Africa. Once we jump our destiny from Africa, before we can make it abroad, it's going to take time. I also went ahead and wrote, what we would have achieved in Africa in 5 years, it will take 20 years abroad. maybe you will not even still achieve them. That is true. If your destiny is in Nigeria, if your destiny is in your origin of country, and you say you must come abroad, what you would have achieved in your country in Nigeria, just me, what we, let me say, what we, if our destiny, like I'm in Nigeria, my destiny is in Nigeria, what I would have achieved, what we Nigerians, let me say, we Africans, if our destiny is in Africa and we are in abroad, what we would have achieved in our country of origin, Africa, in 5 years, 20 years abroad, we will not even still achieve it. If we will achieve it, it will take the grace of God, because we have jumped over our destiny, left our destiny in Africa, our country of origin, and we force and bring ourselves abroad. And we are still battling to meet up, to meet up, to meet up in abroad. And maybe after 20 years, you cannot still meet up to that destiny that you left back in Africa. So I also went ahead and wrote, why we moms, women, ladies needs to be backbone to our husband, man in many ways, like supporting our husband, man in decisions that we and our kids will never regret. That is true. Whoever gave that family in Canada that advice that they should talk about, and the husband is in court, a Christian court, they are going to have Canadian permit of stay. Whoever gave that advice, I believe before they went to the court, before they went to the lawyer to give those kind of things to the lawyer to seek permit for them in Canada or for asylum for them, I think the man told the wife, after all, the wife and the husband, they are together. That is why we say, we moms, women, ladies, we need to be backbone to our husband. If, as a woman, as a mom, your husband said to you, you are going to seek, you and him and the kids are going to seek asylum in Canada, as in the sense of him that you run away from Nigeria because while your husband is in the Christian court and Nigeria are looking for him. As a mom like me, as a wife out there, you need to, talk to your husband. But honey, you are not in any Christian court. Why do you want to lie? Why do you want us to lie in another mass country that you're in a Christian court in Nigeria? Why do you want us to paint Nigeria black? Why do you want us to paint our country in another name? Why do you want us to give impression to other country that Nigeria is a bad country? No, dear. That is not a good decision. Let's try to look for something else. If you, as a wife, as a mom like me, you advise your husband cannot have it all in his mind. That's why we are backbone to our husband. If you, as a mom like me, as a wife, you advise